Hello, I'm Aini Zarifa and this is Kini News. Ewon draws the line 40% revenue non-negotiable. Latifa slams minister over threats to girl group Dola. Bankruptcy proceeding against Najib and son moves forward. All that and more coming up. Sabah's 40% revenue entitlement has sparked a political showdown. Upko President Ewon Benedick resigns from the cabinet. But who's right and who's playing politics?
Ewon Benedick says he quit his ministerial post to defend Sabah's right, particularly the state's 40% share of federal revenue. He also credited Sabah Law Society as the first hero for dragging the government to court over the matter.
Sebab itu saya memilih meletak jawatan dan membawa Upko keluar daripada Pakatan Harapan karena saya mahu memberi mesej yang keras dan tegas kepada kamu, kepada Kerajaan Persekutuan, kepada Yang Berhormat Perdana Menteri. Selama ini, banyak ahli-ahli Parlimen Sabah bertegas dalam ucapan perbahasan mereka di Parlimen. Mungkin ketegasan itu tidak cukup keras buat kamu, mesejnya tidak cukup tegas buat kamu.
Ewon said this in response to DAP Secretary General Anthony Loke's criticism yesterday, who accused the Upko leader of playing to the gallery over the issue.
He wants to project himself as a hero, but he actually dare not face cabinet. He knows that there was a special cabinet meeting and the AG, Attorney General, appeared in front of cabinet. No, he didn't attend.
The Kota Kinabalu High Court ruled on October 17 that the federal government acted unlawfully by failing to pay Sabah its 40% share from 1974 to 2021. The court ordered a new revenue review under Article 112D of the Constitution. However, the Attorney General Chambers filed a notice of appeal on November 13, prompting Ewon and local leaders to question the federal government's commitment.
PKR isn't aiming to rule Sabah, but the election could still define Anwar Ibrahim's credibility. And right now, the field looks anything but friendly.
Sabah's state election is underway and Anwar Ibrahim has thrown himself directly into the battlefield. PKR isn't aiming to run the government, but its performance on November 29th will still carry major consequences. The party has long struggled in Sabah, even during its strongest years. Across the 2018, 2020 and 2022 elections, the party managed only a handful of wins, never more than 2 seats in any contest. Anwar's direct involvement raises the stakes, as failing to improve would reflect poorly on his leadership. He also failed to get BN and GRS to work together, and both coalitions are now competing in 45 seats. Still, both have separately committed to supporting Pakatan Harapan, which could help PKR secure some wins. A stronger showing could put PKR and Pakatan Harapan in a kingmaker position when forming the next Sabah government. But clashes with BN, GRS and Upko across several seats make victory harder, especially with weakened Kadazan Dusun support. Anwar is also facing backlash over his comments on Sabah's 40% revenue entitlement and his stance on a corruption scandal implicating 14 politicians. These issues are now being used as campaign ammunition, particularly since only 2 of the politicians have been charged.
Meanwhile, tensions are rising within Malaysia's political scene as UMNO and MIC clash over party loyalties and past grievances.
UMNO Central Committee member Puan Zarkashi has hit out at MIC after its president S.A. Vigneswaran insisted the party will not apologize to UMNO. Puan dismissed the idea entirely, saying UMNO never asked for an apology, even though Vigneswaran had previously called BN chairman Ahmad Zaid Hamidi a liar. He added that if anyone should apologize, it should be MIC to the Indian community, especially after the party suffered heavy losses in the last general election. Puan said MIC's turmoil stems from leaders who were unhappy about not getting positions, something only the Prime Minister decides. He also reminded that MIC has acted independently before, including joining and later leaving Pakatan Nasional in 2020 without consulting UMNO. Puan stressed that UMNO has never treated MIC as a junior partner. Addressing reports that Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim sent a bouquet to MIC's EGM, Puat cautioned the party not to misread friendly gestures when deciding its political direction. He said the final decision rests with MIC's leadership and that Vigneswaran is not a junior politician who can be pressured. Last week, MIC delegates postponed their decision on whether to remain in BN or exit the coalition, leaving the choice to the party leadership. Although early reports indicated support for a move to Pakatan National, MIC says it is still keeping its options open.
From now on, you can also listen to Kini News on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us.
A music video controversy has sparked a heated debate on cultural and religious sensitivities, but the backlash may have gone too far.
Lawyer Latifa Koya has slammed Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Naim Mokhtar. This follows his suggestion that Wan Sabrina, a member of the girl group Dollar, could face potential Sharia offence charges over her outfit in their latest music video. Dollar is a three-member group consisting of Wan Sabrina, Tabitha Ariel Lam and Angelina Chai. They released a music video on November 6, which caught flack from conservatives on social media over their revealing attire. Naim described the outfits as inappropriate and disrespectful and said Sharia action could be considered, urging Jakim and the Federal Territories Mufti's office to review clothing guidelines for Muslim celebrities. Latifa, a former MACC Chief Commissioner, hit back on X, saying the minister has no authority to threaten prosecutions and that such statements risk prejudicing Wan Sabrina's right to a fair trial. She also questioned the focus on female attire, highlighting more pressing societal issues, and urged the minister to lower his gaze instead of sensationalizing the issue. Universal Music Malaysia has since removed the video and apologized for overlooking cultural sensitivities.
A major legal battle over unpaid taxes has taken a decisive turn as the Kuala Lumpur High Court dismisses an appeal by former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak and his son.
The Kuala Lumpur High Court has rejected an appeal by former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak and his son Nazifuddin, clearing the way for bankruptcy proceedings over 1.7 billion ringgit in unpaid taxes. Judicial Commissioner Suhendran Sokanathan said there is no valid reason to delay the proceedings. He added that the court's role is only to facilitate tax recovery and any disputes over the arrears or political donations should be taken up with the Special Commissioner of Income Tax. The bankruptcy notice was first served in April 2021 following a government suit filed in 2019 seeking 1.69 billion ringgit in taxes from Najib for the 2011 to 2017 period. A summary judgment was granted in July 2022 and the federal court dismissed Najib and his son's appeal to set aside that judgment on October 16, 2023. This leaves them liable for 1.69 billion ringgit in taxes plus 37.6 million ringgit in unpaid taxes and penalties. Despite a pending appeal with the Special Commissioner of Income Tax, the court ruled that this does not halt their obligation to pay and awarded 7,500 ringgit in costs for each appeal to the Inland Revenue Board. Najib and Nazifuddin's lawyer has confirmed plans to appeal the Judicial Commissioner's decision.
If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe.
Whistleblower Alberti says DAP MP Lim Lip Eng won't confront PM Anwar on the Sabah mining scandal and that GRS leaders are being protected. With DAP now allied with GRS, Malaysians are divided over whether criticism of corruption will be compromised. In our Kini poll, over 2,000 of you weighed in. 62% said DAP should stick to principles and keep speaking out on corruption. 26% said political cooperation matters more than exposing corruption. 7% said a balance is needed between cooperation and transparency. 4% had other views and some mentioning this is just drama for the Sabah state election. So is this just political pragmatism or a risk to accountability? What's your take? Share your thoughts in the comment section below.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Ani Zarifa. Thanks for watching.